Hi, Nadine Briggs here from Simply Social Kids. I'm here to give you a tip on how to help your child be less frustrated. So one of the things that helps kids to be less frustrated in a social situation is to really set the expectation for what they're about to experience. So I'm going to give you an example of a real scenario that happened at our center with a particular child over the last few weeks. So he really likes to play air hockey. And when he plays air hockey, he wants to use a bunch of pucks. And when he uses all those pucks, what happens is there's mayhem with all the pucks going all over the place. And sometimes the pucks fly off the table and could potentially hit somebody in the eye or injure somebody. So we generally want them to play with just one puck at a time, so there's not quite so much mayhem. There's still mayhem, but not as much mayhem. And so, but this particular kid is just stuck on, he wants to play with all the pucks. Like literally was crying for a significant amount of time one week because he could not have all those pucks. And so one day he came in and basically I wanted to set the expectation for him on how to set expectations for himself. So I said to him, I said, hey, how do you think I would feel if every time I came into the center, I expected there to be a big pile of money on the floor, just sitting there for me to take, just a big giant old pile of money. He goes, I said, how do you think I would feel about that? Of course, it's a crazy scenario, but that's kids, so we talk about crazy scenarios. So how would that be if I just came in and I thought that every day, and I came into work thinking that's going to be there, and I get there and there's no big pile of money? And he said, well, why would you think there's going to be a big pile of money there? And I said, exactly. Why would I think that? And I said, because I probably shouldn't think that, because if I'm thinking that there's going to be a big pile of money there every time I come into work and I walk in the door every single time and there isn't, I'm going to feel frustrated. I'm going to feel disappointed. So how about I change my thought around that and I think there's not going to be a big pile of money on the floor when I come into the center every day. I'm probably not going to be frustrated. So I said, how about when you think about air hockey, you think to yourself, there's only going to be one puck when I come to play air hockey. And that way you won't be frustrated and you won't be disappointed when you go to the air hockey table and there is only one puck and not a big pile of pucks. Think about setting expectations for social situations and set them to be kind of lower the bar so that they don't think it's going to be this big fabulous thing. I would also say do the same thing around birthdays. Birthdays can cause a tremendous amount of anxiety for kids because they expect to wake up that day and have the entire day be magical with unicorns and sparkles and fireworks. And it's just generally another day with some presents and cake at the end. It's not necessarily going to be what they're expecting, that this big magical day. So the more we can set expectations, the less frustrated and less disappointed your child will be. So I hope you found this tip useful. If you did, please hit the like button. I'd love to hear from you if you want to leave a comment, and hit subscribe to hear more from us.